Magnus Carlsen and Hikaru Nakamura, the two titans of modern chess. When these two meet, the board doesn't just smolder, it explodes. But what happens when Magnus, the world's most precise player, decides to grab a pawn that looks like a total suicide mission? Today, we're breaking down a game that went from a slow-burn positional struggle to a Black Mirror episode of tactical madness in just 3 moves. It's a game of checkers versus chess, a king hunt in the middle of a crowded board, and a lesson in how even the greatest player in history can be forced to run for his life. You are watching 6-4 Squaremaster, and this is Magnus versus Hikaru, the chaos at the summit. Magnus opens with 1, Nup 3, but quickly transitions into a weird, hypermodern setup known as the Kima system. Now, why would the world champion play this? It's not about getting a massive advantage. It's about taking Hikaru out of his computer preparation. Magnus is saying, I don't care about your engine lines. Let's just play chess. This is finesse chess. Both players are fianchettoing their bishops, eyeing those long diagonals like snipers waiting for a target. Hikaru plays the symmetrical English setup, holding the center with d5. For 20 moves, it's a cold war. Pieces are dancing, the tension is mounting on the c-file, and the commentary booth is losing its mind because Magnus is playing Hikaru's opening better than Hikaru. We've reached the human versus engine crossroads. To a computer, this position is a dead draw. To a human, it's a powder keg. Magnus has a decision: play it safe or light the fuse. He chooses the fuse. Magnus grabs the pawn. The engine perspective says this is risky. It opens up every single tactical line on the board. The human perspective? Magnus is daring Hikaru to find the refutation. He's saying, I know you see the tactics, Hikaru, but do you have the guts to sacrifice everything to stop me? And Hikaru responds with pure violence. He doesn't just defend, he counterattacks. Look at the board right now. The bishops are staring menacingly down the diagonals, the queens are loaded like cannons, and the rooks are ready to invade. It's a total Black Mirror moment. Suddenly, the solid structure is gone, and we're in a world where one wrong move means instant checkmate. This is where the game descends into madness. Hikaru plays 33. Psi, 3. He's sacrificing a piece. Why? Because he realizes that Magnus's king is the only thing keeping the white position together. Now, the what-ifs. If Magnus tries to hide his king, Hikaru's queen and rooks will swarm him. This is the value of the sequence. Hikaru is down a whole rook for a bishop, but his activity is off the charts. Magnus is forced to play 36, King f2, then 37, King g2. Magnus is literally running with his king. 38, kh3. In a game against anyone else, this would be a blunder. But Magnus sees a path to survival. Hikaru keeps checking 38. QE6 plus, 39. QE4 plus. Magnus tries to break the cycle with 40. G4. This is a move of pure desperation and genius. He's trying to block the queen's path. But Hikaru, with the precision of a surgeon, keeps the pressure on. The tactical sequence here is a perpetual hunt. Hikaru doesn't have enough material to mate, but Magnus doesn't have enough safety to escape. It's a Mexican standoff on 64 squares. And there it is, a draw, 3-fold repetition. After all that fire and brimstone, the two titans shake hands. But don't let the result fool you. This was a battle for the ages. What can we learn from this to boost your elo? Lesson 1. Calculated risk. Magnus took on d5 because he calculated the concrete lines, not because it felt safe. In your games, don't be afraid to grab material if you've done the math. Lesson 2. The power of the perpetual. Hikaru was down a rook, but because his queen was so active, he could force a draw against the world champion. If you're losing, look for ways to harass the enemy king. A draw is a win when you're down material. This game shows us why Magnus and Hikaru are in a league of their own. They can turn a drawish opening into a tactical masterpiece in the blink of an eye. If you want to master the geometry of the board and learn how to navigate these explosive moments, you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and let's master all 64 squares together. I'm Hazak, this is 6-4 Squaremaster, and I'll see you in the next breakdown. Checkmate.